This week on LSMN Overtime, we've got football and volleyball action around the district. We'll introduce you to a new head coach for Hebron football, and we'll see how Flower Mound Volleyball has bounced back after a rough start.
Hello and welcome to episode 3 of LSMN Overtime. I'm Brendan Selke.
And I'm DJ Crickshin. Let's kick off with some Friday night football action. Last Friday, the Flower Mound Jaguars visited the Hebron Hawks. In the first quarter, both defenses were stingy, only giving up a field goal. Late in the second quarter, Hebron broke through as Braxton Baker connected with Micah Green on a 7-yard pass, scoring the first touchdown of the night. Hebron led 10-3 at halftime. In the third quarter, Hebron started off hot as Baker and Green connected on their second touchdown of the night. The Jags responded with a touchdown of their own from sophomore Jacob Penny, but the Hawks defense refused to let them get another. Late in the fourth, the Jags on the 35-yard line, but Flower Mound loses the ball. Hebron senior Isaac Cutchins recovered the fumble and ran it in for a touchdown, sealing the deal for Hebron. Hawks beat the Jags 38-14. This week, Hebron travels to Capel while Flower Mound hosts Plano. Both schools are hoping to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Now their Friday night scores, the Colony fell to Northwest 35-28. They will host Azle on Friday night. Lewisville took over first place in District 6-6A with a 42-14 win over Plano, and Marcus beat Plano West in dominating fashion 42-20.
This sets up for the 36th Battle of the Axe rivalry game Friday night between Marcus and Lewisville at Goldsmith Stadium.
Yeah, it's going to look to be a great game.
Oh, definitely. Marcus and Lewisville are two of the top teams in the district.
Yeah, top teams in the district and have been top teams in the district for a while now. We're going on the 4th year of some good football. And speaking of that, the Marcus quarterback had a great game last time out. Vinny Williams says more on that with this spotlight.
Yep, this week's spotlight goes out to Marcus quarterback Cole Wilton.
The junior quarterback with a cannon of an arm carried the Marauders to victory at Friday's homecoming game. Welliver threw a career high of 5 passing touchdowns, all of them in the first half. Welliver had another career high with 264 passing yards, putting him at just over 1,500 yards for this season. Since Welliver started his career, he has yet to see Marcus lose to Lewisville. It should be a great battle of the axe Friday, as this game could have major impact on the district championship. For LSMN Overtime, I'm Vinny Williams.
Thanks, Vinny. Last year, Hebron head football coach Brian Bradley
Retired from coaching. For the first time in the school's history, there's a new face at the helm for the Hawks. Harley Smith has the story.
Hebron football is welcoming a new head coach for the first time since 1999. Coach John Towles has had a long history of coaching before he started at Hebron.
I moved here to Texas and started coaching the same year that Hebron was open. I've coached in several different places in Texas. Actually, I've coached in Dallas for the majority of my career. I've coached in Central Texas and Austin, and I've also coached down south in Houston.
With a new coach comes a new style. For the Hawks, that means a more modern style.
Oh, it's different. Like the whole culture and everything, like the way that our program has changed now versus then. Like back then was kind of old style things. Now it's more like new, like things that we're used to, which we all like better.
I think the biggest thing you have to understand when you follow someone who's been here that long, I think what you try to do is just come in and make your own path. You try to honor the traditions that have already set, and you just kind of look for your own footprints. My main hope is that we just come together first as a team. I think, when you're hired late, there's a lot of things that go on in the off season that kind of help bring you together, create your culture, create your atmosphere, create all the things you need to be successful.
I feel like everybody's coming together much more. Everybody built a new bond closer because we have a lot of underclassmen, so we didn't play with a lot of them last year. So them coming up to the varsity level, I feel like we're getting together great.
Coach Towles and Hebron will hope to bring the wood against Capel Friday night as they battle for the 4th playoff spot. For LSMN Overtime, I'm Harley Smith.
After the break, we've got volleyball action and other sports news around the district.
And did you know that LASD has produced a professional hockey player? We've got more on that when we return. Welcome back to LSMN Overtime. Let's get straight into some volleyball action as LASD schools had some important games this past Tuesday. Marcus faced off against Lewisville, looking to help secure a playoff spot. The game started off close, but the Marauders broke away thanks to a trio of aces from Libera Isabel Rita to make it 14-8. They kept the pressure on as aces from Manuela Petrenko closed out the first set for the Lady Marauders 25-15. Marcus got off to a hot start in set number 2, going up 8-1 after Aubrey Bellis and Lexi Godby had a combined 4 kills in the first 8 points. Marcus cruised the rest of the way as they won the second set 25-11. Lewisville kept the score tight in the third set to 9-all, while Marcus eventually overpowered Lewisville as their dominant offense scored 6 unanswered points. That was all the Lady Marauders needed as they won the third set in commanding fashion 25-15, winning the match 3 sets to none.
In 5A action over the Colony, the stakes were high as the Cougars needed a win against the Frisco Raccoons to take their spot in the playoffs. In the first set, Frisco fought hard, keeping a 3-point lead, but the Colony turned it around late in the set. The Colony's Josie Bishop scored a kill to take the set 25-23. The Lady Cougars continued their success in the second set, taking the lead early and never losing it, beating the Raccoons 25-19. The Frisco came in hot in the third set and never let up, winning the set 25-13. The fourth seemed like another Frisco win until the Colony tied the game at 24-24. But Frisco pulled it out late, taking the set and tying the match 2-all. The fifth set was a real nail-biter as both teams battled hard. The Lady Cougars finished off the Lady Raccoons, taking the final set 15-11 and winning the match 3-2.
Now let's check on the 6-6A standings going into the final week of the regular season. Undefeated Plano West and 10-2 Capel sit at 1-2 respectively. Flower Mound sits at the top of the LASD schools in third place with a 9-3 record and have secured a playoff spot once again. Marcus is right behind them with a 7-5 record and will look to secure the fourth and final playoff spot on Friday with a win or a Plano East loss. Hebron sits in 7th with a 2-10 record, looking to play spoiler at the end of the season. Lewisville sits at the bottom of the district at 0-12. Flower Mound started this season with a losing record, something the team is not used to, but the Lady Jags have turned things around and are gearing up for another playoff run. Vinny Williams has more on how they've bounced back.
Flower Mound Volleyball has a rich history of success. Since Coach Siegel came in, the Lady Jags have been ranked top 5 of the state each year. But Coach Siegel says rank doesn't matter.
People talk about rankings, it's always based on the past. So I don't pay attention to them, and I tell the girls not to pay attention to anything because that's what you've done in the past. So live in the present and focus on where we are in this moment.
The Lady Jags got off to an uncharacteristically slow start, winning only 4 of their first 10 games. However, late in the season, the team has won 12 of their last 15 matches. Siegel says individual player improvement is key to their success.
How am I going to be 1% better? What does winning look like for me individually as well as the team?
I think it was the fact that I just wanted to make sure that I made my coaches proud and my teammates proud. And I wanted to do just the most for them so that we can be more successful as a team. Knowing that you have to play for them and just not playing for yourself.
I originally don't play volleyball, so I think I've grown as a person from everyone helping me here because everyone's so confident, and with the confidence here has helped me grow as a player and a person.
It's just been a bumpy roller coaster facing different types of adversity for this group, and I've been nothing but proud of them and how each of them have stepped up, and when their name is called or just whatever role we ask them to be a star in, they have done that.
The challenges this team faced only made them stronger, so we look ahead to see how far the Lady Jags will go in the playoffs.
Now, let's move into some cross country. The 6-6A district meet was this past Saturday. The boys team placed second overall with 56 points to qualify for regionals. Braden Kennedy placed first with a time of 15 minutes and 30 seconds. The Lady Jags came in as the number 2 ranked program in the state and looking to earn their 3rd straight state championship. They finished first with a score of 23, including 5 top 10 run times. Samantha Humphreys took first place in the district race with a time of 17 minutes and 15 seconds, while her sister Nicole followed up in second place with a time of 17 minutes and 23 seconds. The Hebron runners finished third in both boys and girls divisions. Both Flower Mound and Hebron teams will head to the regional meet in Lubbock on Monday, October 24th.
Now, moving into some water polo action, the first ever UIL water polo playoffs continued this past Tuesday. Lady Jags qualified for the next round after defeating Hebron 18-4. Marcus boys advanced after beating Flower Mound. Both schools will now play in the regional tournament this weekend. Now, this week's LSD alumni star is Cross Honus. Honus, a Marcus graduate, scored his first professional goal this past week for the Grand Rapids Griffins. The Detroit Red Wings prospect is a star in the making as he dropped 60 points last year for a total of 86 points for the Portland Winterhawks of the Western Hockey League. Make sure to keep an eye out for this former Marauder on his way to the National Hockey League.
You know, they say he's going to Detroit, but it'd be kind of cool if they brought him back to Dallas, you know?
You know, if Detroit trades him, I might be a sad person with my Detroit blood. But, you know, it'd be cool to see him here, especially since he came here from LISD. I mean, he's a great athlete, and I hope he performs well no matter what. And that's all the sports news and updates we have for this week. I'm Brendan Selke.
And I'm DJ Crichton. Thanks for watching LSMN Overtime. Pretty good.
I liked it.
I also liked it.